Kia ora, nau mai ki te whare. Welcome to the house, ko Louis Collins aho. While many commemorate the new year with fireworks, a toast of champagne or a kiss, Parliament does it with a speech from the Prime Minister, followed by a 13-hour debate. The Standing Orders calls it a statement reviewing public affairs and outlining the government's legislative and other policy intentions for the next 12 months. It generally kicks off like this.
Well, Mr Speaker, I move that this House express its confidence in the government and commend its programme for 2025 as set out in the Prime Minister's statement.
That word, confidence, is really what the Prime Minister's statement is all about. It's essentially a test of Parliament's confidence in the government and their plan for the year ahead. Before a change to standing orders, the actual statement used to be read out in full. These days, though, that document is published under the authority of the House. The oral version that the Prime Minister gives in the House is similar to a general debate speech, being lighter in details, with more of a focus on the political mood of the nation, praising the work of the government, and forecasting policy intentions. Intentions which, according to Luxon, seem to be heavily focused on the economy.
Well, Mr Speaker, I have to say it is great to be back. So our steps now are to be going for growth to build the long-term prosperity that ensures that our kids see a future here in New Zealand. And Mr Speaker, I recently spoke about the need to end the culture of saying no when it comes to economic growth.
Among the key differences between the written and oral versions of the Prime Minister's statement is the inclusion in the latter of attacking the opposition.
Labor, they voted against jobs and housing. The Greens, they voted against wind and solar farms. And Te Pāti Māori, they voted against iwi being able to develop their own land. So, Mr Speaker, I've got to say, the members opposite, they remind me of a cat. You know, a cat pawing at the ranch slider, yowling away, trying to get in, and then you open the door and they don't move. They refuse to come in. That's what they are, the MPs opposite. Got to say, we are a coalition on this side, they're a no-alition on that side. That's what they're about. They're all about no, we're all about yes on this side.
Each party with 6 or more members is allocated 20 minutes for a speech from their leader, with everyone else getting 10. First off the block yesterday was Labour leader Chris Hipkins.
Mr Speaker, I move that all the words after that be deleted and replaced with "This House has no confidence in this coalition government because under its incompetent, arrogant, shambolic and divisive leadership, New Zealand is going backwards, Kiwis are losing their jobs, record numbers are leaving the country and their priorities are wrong and out of touch." Mr Speaker, Kiwis looking for some hope from the Prime Minister at the beginning of this year would be disappointed by that contribution.
The messaging from the government over the past couple of weeks has been about saying yes. Hipkins suggested that this would be a change of approach from a government which, in Labour's opinion, has more often than not said no.
Christopher Luxon says the bottom line is that we should say no less and yes a lot more. What did they say to delivering new inter-island ferries? No. What did they say to delivering a new Dunedin hospital? No. What did they say to delivering affordable water reform? No. What did they say to delivering new state housing? No. What did they say to delivering school classroom upgrades? No. What did they say to delivering improved infrastructure for the country? No. What did they say yes to, Mr Speaker? That's probably a bigger question.
Next to speak was Greens co-leader Chloe Swarbrick, who took a sort of political existentialism approach to the debate.
Mr Speaker, the fundamental question in a commencement speech like this should be, what's the point of government? I mean it. What's the point of government, the Right Honourable Winston Peters? Government is supposed to make the best possible decisions on behalf of the welfare of everybody in the country. It is supposed to be about ensuring that everybody gets access to what they need, not only to survive, but to thrive.
Rather than beginning with remarks of self-praise, soon-to-be outgoing Deputy Prime Minister Winston Peters started his speech with a jab at the opposition.
The political year begins with this debate. Now, one can't raise the question of where members of Parliament are or are not, but I can recall at the beginning of this debate that the Labour Party was here, so was the Green Party and so was the Pāti Māori. And we all sat over here and heard them out. So my next question to those people who are in television land, and I hope they change the screen around to show you just what's happened here, and how some people are not prepared to be questioned or challenged.
Whether it was ring rust from being away for the summer or just a political veteran trying to bend the rules, Peter's jab was very nearly ruled as an illegal blow.
Mr. Peters, you've got a bit of leeway in the first minute. As time goes on, there'll be less. Please don't comment on the absence of other members or parties from the House. Continue.
Given the duration of the debate, a significant number of MPs get to have a lash and make a speech. The government will likely adjourn and put a pause on it while they address other business, so expect to see it potentially continue into the next sitting week and possibly even beyond, until those 13 hours are clocked up. E te whakaronga koe ki te whare. You've been listening to The House, a program made with funding from Parliament's Office of the Clerk. Mātua.